G'day pedals, I'm SilentLilac and welcome to a very special little video. This is the 600 subscriber special because yes, we made it, we did it, we got to 600. We're a little bit over that now. We're a bit over that, but that's okay. But I wanted to take the time to go through and actually do a too much information challenge or a TMI challenge. I've been tagged twice and I've just never gotten around to doing it, so I thought why not do it now as a 600 subscriber appreciation special. That's a mouthful, gosh. So playing in the background, you'll see it's just me messing around in The Sims. It will be a series that comes back to the channel at some point, I'm just not sure when. But at the moment I'm just making a whole stack of characters to roam around in the world. But you know what? Let's get into this. There's 50 questions, so cracky. Okay, here we go. Number 1. What am I wearing? Well, it's winter here at the moment, so I'm actually wearing a sweater of a maroon colour and grey sweatpants. It's because it's cold. So yes, when we recorded this, it's winter, so. Alright, that's number 1. Number 2. Ever been in love? Yeah. Just leave it there. Ever had a terrible breakup is number 3. I have actually. There was one I felt so bad. And I broke up with him too. I was like, I don't know, 13 or something. It's a long time ago. But I should never have done it. You know how you look back and you think, why did I do that? And then he changed really bad afterwards. So he became somebody very different, and I always felt really bad because he was the nicest guy beforehand, and then he wasn't anymore. But that's old news. That's a long time ago. Alright, number 4. How tall are you? I am 170 centimeters tall, and I don't actually know how many feet that is. It's about 5 something. I don't know. We see in Australia we have metric system, not imperial, so I can't convert. I can't even convert that. Lilac doesn't do math. Just saying. Number 5 is how much do you weigh? I weigh just enough to be just right for me. We'll leave it at that. Number 6. Any tattoos? Actually, yes, I do. I have a spade on the back of my on the back of my shoulder blades between below the nape of my neck. So a little spade, like playing card spade. So that's that. Number 7. Any piercings? Yes, I have. I have two earrings in each ear. I have a nose ring and I have a belly ring. Jeez, rebel, Lilac. Gosh. OTP. That's one true pairing. I believe that there is definitely a true pairing for all of us out there. Definitely. I'm interpreting that differently, but that's okay. Number 9. Favorite show? Oh, easy. I am a bit of a sci-fi buff, as you could probably tell from the recent series on my channel, Empyrean. I love space stuff and things like that. I don't know much about it, but my favorite show actually has to be Farscape. It was an older one. It's sort of... Actually, I can't remember what it was, now that I think about it. It doesn't really matter to me when something's made. But there's aliens and there's, spaceships, and it's very, very cool. It's like my favorite one ever. Favorite show, Farscape, easy peasy. In fact, my very first series on my channel, the very first video I ever put on my channel was a Minecraft F2B Infinity series that I tweaked, added some more mods and stuff in, that was called Fire Escaped, because I was hooked on Farscape. Am hooked on Farscape. I've seen it about 6 times. Moving on. Favorite bands is number 10. Favorite bands. That's a bit of a tough one, because I kind of like a bit of an eclectic mix. But if I had to pick one band that I love the most above all, that I always jam to, would have to be Bon Jovi. That's showing my age, isn't it? Moving on. 11. Something you miss. Something I miss? I miss... This is going to sound really sad. I miss high school. I actually thoroughly enjoyed going to school and learning all the new stuff, and as hard as it was and as stressful as it was, and as much as you should sit there and you think to yourself, why am I doing this? I will never need this. All of the above. It doesn't matter, because when you look back and your only worry is getting your assignments done? Yeah, I miss high school. Alright, move on. Number 12, favorite song. I have two ultimate favorite songs, which if you look at my phone and the number of times the song has been played, I have two that are right at the very top. And we're talking, a couple hundred times each these songs have been played. One is called Baba Yetu, which is a Swahili song, so it's all in African. It's very, very cool. It's awesome. Big choir sort of songs. Amazing sound. And the other one would have to be Vale de Chem, because I also am a huge Doctor Who fan, and I love everything about Doctor Who. And my favourite of the modern series Doctors, the revamp series, would have to be David Tennant. And the song that is played in his very final episode is so moving and so amazing. Definitely look it up. It's sung by Mark Chambers, and goosebumps every time without fail. Amazing song. Amazing. Big sort of operatic kind of sound, but just so good. Alright, what are we up to? Number 13. How old are you? Older than you, probably. I'm an 80s girl. Let's leave it at that. I'm an 80s girl. I love the 80s, and I'm just the right amount of age. Right age for me. We'll just leave it at that, I think. Zodiac sign. I am actually a Gemini. So there's two sides to every coin, the way I see it. Geminis being the twins, of course. So yeah, my birthday's at the very, very beginning of Gemini. So that's that. Let's see. 15. Quality you look for in a partner. Smart, but they have to be able to make you laugh. That's a big thing. If you can laugh through things, you can pretty much get through anything. So, number 16, favorite quote. Ooh, this is a good one. I thought about this one for a little while. I'm thinking, I don't have a favorite quote. What's my favorite quote? But you know what? It's actually relatively easy. There is a book. It's a series of books actually called the Thomas Covenant series, and it's written by Stephen Donaldson, and it is Old English. I'm a bit of a literary buff. Not saying that I know a whole stack about it, but I like well-written things, and I love words. And my favorite quote comes from that book, and it goes a little bit like this. Or it doesn't go a little bit like this, it goes just like this. A paradoxically private and unavoidable criterion of rectitude. That is the best quote ever. Paradoxically private and unavoidable criterion of rectitude. Look it up. You'd be surprised what it actually means. So, 17, favorite actor. Easy peasy, David Tennant. And not just because of Doctor Who. I have seen him in Shakespeare plays. I have seen him in multiple other things, even a radio play, which you just listened to. And the man is phenomenal. He's an incredible talent that just, he's amazing to watch. Favorite colour? Seriously. You should know that by now. Purple! Purple, purple, purple! And lilac. Lilac's actually very pretty purple, and it highlights purple very nicely. But purple. Number 19. Loud music or soft? It really, truly depends on the mood that I'm in. If I am doing work as a graphic designer, I like music that just gently plays in the background, doesn't really disturb you, doesn't really get you all hyped up, but doesn't put you to sleep. So it's just music that's just got a nice beat to it that you can just play. I call it my work trance, my zone. So, and that's just played, that's not played too loudly, but if I'm feeling, pumped up, revved up, need to get revved up, nice loud music, good songs, and that works for me. But on a relaxing day where you just want to sit down and just chill, some nice classic or something like that, playing gently in the background. Where do you go when you're sad? Number 20. You know what? I love flowers, in case you didn't realise. And my happy place is actually the local nursery. I go down there where all the flowers are, and I just wander around and look at all the colours and picture what a garden would look like if I had all the money in the world and could do whatever I wanted with it. So that's my happy place. 21. How long does it take you to shower? Okay. Australia has a lot of water restrictions, and it really depends on that. But typically between 5 to 10 minutes. Typically. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? About 5 minutes. I'm not one for fussing. 23. Ever been in a physical fight? No, but I came close once. It was somebody who just wasn't very nice at all and just pushed me past my limit. Like a lot of women, when we get mad, we tend to get weepy and cry, and just you're so frustrated with yourself, which of course just makes it worse, and you cry some more. But this one day, this girl just pushed me too far, and I very nearly got into a physical fight with her. I didn't, but it was close. 24. Turn on. Oh. I don't know. Hugs and good kisses and singing. That sounds weird. If someone can sing, that's turn off. Turn off. You know how you see those people walking around with their pants down around their ankles? It's not really, but just that look. No, doesn't do it now. 26. The reason I joined YouTube. Well, actually, I did cover this once before, but we'll go over it again. I joined YouTube. The very first YouTuber I watched was LD Shadow Lady, and the other one was I Has Cupquake. And I thought to myself, why not? Why not just give it a go and see what happens? And my kids pushed me into it. So my kids were the reason, or my seedlings as I call them, the reason I got into Minecraft, and they convinced me that you should totally do this, Mum. So I did. 27 fears. Okay. I cannot handle birds flying around my head, or anything flying around my head, but mostly birds. It's not that I'm afraid of birds, because I can go up to a cage and I can talk to birds through a cage, but the moment they are out and they're flying around, I'm a blubbery mess. Curled up in a ball underneath a chair. Yes, chair, not a table, the chair. It's harder to get to. The last thing that made you cry. Do you know what? I sat and watched Mockingjay Part 2 last night. And where there's a... I'm not going to give spoilers, I don't do that. But there is a part in it where she was crying and I was crying, and it was just a big cry fest. 29. Last time you said you loved someone. Easy, to my seedlings. They were the last people I talked to this morning, so... meaning behind your YouTube name. SilentLilac. There's not really a meaning behind it. We came up with a whole stack of names, and it evolved from... I can't even remember how it evolved, but it was quite the challenge to come up with something that actually fit. And of course I like flowers, and of course in Minecraft there is the lilac flower, and it sounded like a cool name, and then we put words before it and we came up with SilentLilac, and it worked. Mostly people call me Lilac. That's okay with me. 31. Last book you read. The last book I read. Actually, it was... there's a TV series at the moment called The 100, and originally it started in a book. And I was reading that just the other day, so it was number 2, I think. No, it wasn't. It was the first one. It's just The 100. So yeah, that was the last book. What are we up to? 32. The book you're currently reading. Well, I'm up to number 2 in The 100, so I guess the last book and the book I'm currently reading are the same thing. It's all a big series anyway, I've read them all before. 33. The last show you watched? Farscape. I was just watching on Netflix. The last person I talked to was my eldest seedling, not that long ago, actually. They've got exam block at the moment, and I was speaking to her, so that's cool. The relationship between you and the person you last texted. Would you believe the last person I texted was also my eldest seedling? So there you go. 36. Favorite food. Oh, that's a tough one. Favorite food. I don't think that I have one, but I make a really mean chicken Napoli rice wintry dish, and it's so good. Even I say that. It's so good. I'm not a chef, but it's that good. It's yummy. place you want to visit. Oh, I would love to go to Venice. Oh, to be taken to Venice. Go to Venice and see the canals and... Oh, yeah, that's where I'd like to go. Or the mountains somewhere. I love being in the mountains and in the bush. Just quiet and just the wildlife around you. Yeah. The last place you were. The last place you were. Right here. In Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. We don't travel much. Do you have a crush? Do I have a crush? No. I kind of got over this a long time ago. 40. Last time you kissed someone? Well, I kissed my seedlings goodbye this morning when I dropped them off at school. 41. Last time you were insulted? I don't really have... No, I'm a good person. I'm a nice person. People don't generally insult me. Unless you call my brothers messing around. That's probably... We'll go with that. Messing around with my brothers the other on the weekend. 42. Favorite flavor of sweet? I love vanilla. Vanilla milkshakes or vanilla ice cream. There's just something just yummy about it. So that would probably be my best flavor of sweet, I think. Yeah, we'll go with that. White chocolate. No, white chocolate. Oh, white chocolate. 43. What instruments do you play? Well, I attempt and usually fail at playing the ukulele. Yep, the ukulele. Can you believe it? I wish that I was a lot better at it. And one day I want to get lessons. Proper lessons. Official lessons. But, that's, yeah. That's what I play. Favorite piece of jewelry? My necklace. I have a little cross. It's quite pretty. It's probably the only one I've really got. Do I have anything else? Let me think. No, not really. What are we up to? 45. The last sport you played? You know what? Actually, that's not as wild as it sounds. I taught my middle seedling how to play softball. So it would be softball would be the last sport I played. Wasn't even that long ago either. 46. The last song you sang. Fire and Rain by... I think it's James Taylor. No, is that his name? I gotta look this up. Hold on. Yep. Fire and Rain by James Taylor. That's the one that recently I've been playing. And singing in my head. Good song. Favorite chat-up line. I am not one for chat-up lines. I would rather sit and hold a proper conversation with someone than get the chat-up line. So, yeah. Don't really have one. Have I ever... Well, no, obviously I haven't ever used chat-up lines. Good gracious, they're cheesy and corny and no. I'd probably sit there laughing. 49. Last time you hung out with anyone? I wonder if that means real life, because generally I hang out with my siblings here at the house, or I hang out with my friends. Yeah. Who should answer these questions next? Now, there's a good question. I think that I am going to tag into this challenge Trishinator for one. Kimmy Tins. Kimmy, I challenge you to do a too much information challenge. And I'm also going to challenge Pudsey. Pudsey, if you watch this, I am challenging you. I'm going to message her anyway. I'm going to message all these people. So we've got Trishinator, Kimmy Tins, and Pudsey. I challenge you all to do the too much information challenge. It is now in your hands. Well, Petals, I hope that you have learnt a little bit about me. The real me. It's probably all you'll get. I wanted to thank everybody for being so supportive and incredibly kind and nice and loving on the channel and on Twitter and even on Twitch. I hope you guys are enjoying everything. And this is just a big thank you. Big thank you for getting us to 600. It's mind-boggling and it hasn't even been a year, and that's crazy. And I love you guys to pieces. I also wanted to let you guys know that I currently have a Gamewisp subscriber account, which I will link in the description. If you would like to support me in doing more videos on the channel, it means and anything that comes through helps to pay for servers. I have a few of them now, including the Arc one, which if you one of the tiers in the Gamewisp subscribers is that you can actually get access to the Arc server and into the tribe if you wish. So that's something to consider. There's anything that comes through is basically used on the servers that I do have, and if you'd like to, there's a link, so please check that out in your time. And do come over and visit me on Twitch if you're around, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter, because you'll see my notifications as when I go live, and the next videos and things like that. Well, pals, I hope you have enjoyed this learning of more information of Lilac and the real me, I guess, in a little way. If you have, please don't forget to plant a lilac on that like button, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and join our garden and help it grow. Share it around with your friends, that'd be nice. But until next time, this is SilentLilac signing off, and thank you again, and I love you all.